So guys, today I got a video here breaking down everything you need to know about Heresy Act 3 that should be going live next week. We got things like a fan favourite Destiny 1 strike returning, the Rite of the Nine event, some Barrow Diad upgrades, end of season story stuff, and a whole lot more. So let's just jump straight into it here with the return of the Sunless Cell strike. Yes, for those of you who played during the Taken King expansion in Destiny 1, the fan favourite Sunless Cell strike will be returning within Act 3 of Heresy. Now, one thing to note is that Alakul the Darkblade now resides within the strike taking place in Savathun's throne world and is now a Lucent Hive. So he is no longer within the Sunless Cell, so a brand new boss should be inhabiting this space within the returned version of this strike. Maybe this strike boss will have some tie-ins to who the new Taken enemy is that seems to be controlling the Taken from afar this episode. Maybe some juicy lore drops will happen during that strike. Either way, very excited to jump back into this place, and maybe there'll be some updated mechanics to this place as well. I don't really remember there being all that many mechanics apart from what Alakul did with his teleporting and activating a bridge or two. So yeah, should be very exciting to see how that plays out. And I believe it is also a GM this episode, so going to be very interesting to see how that goes with that GM difficulty. Alongside Sunless Cell, we of course though have the Rite of the Nine event, which they did talk about during the Act 2 dev stream a little bit, but we're just going to sum up basically everything you need to know there. So the Rite of the Nine event is very similar to the Into the Light event that we got during the end of the Lightfall expansion, which bridged the gap between Lightfall and the final shape. I believe Rite of Nine will be doing a similar thing here to bridge the gap between the end of Heresy and the beginning of the next expansion, codename Apollo. But this new event mainly is focused around 3 different dungeons, those being Prophecy, Spire of the Watcher, and Ghosts of the Deep. All of these dungeons are going to have 3 brand new difficulty options. You're going to have a very easy difficulty, which is meant to be an entry-level option for people who haven't done those dungeons before. This difficulty option will come with in-game pop-ups on how to do each of the mechanics, so you'll be able to get some very easy loot there, and you'll be able to get some first-time clears that way as well. Alongside that, you have an advanced difficulty option and a contest mode difficulty option, or a contest mode adjacent option. The advanced difficulty option, I believe, will just be a little bit harder than what the base dungeons are, and then you also have the contest mode version, which will be the hardest difficulty option. Best of luck for those who go into Ghosts of the Deep contest mode, because that's going to be very, very difficult, I'm assuming. Spire of the Watcher shouldn't be too bad, and then Prophecy will probably be a breeze. That's probably the main reason why they chose those 3 dungeons, because they're very easily distinguishable between very easy, intermediate, and very difficult. Yeah, good stuff there. Alongside that, all of the weapons from these dungeons should be returning with an updated perk pool, including brand new origin traits and a brand new look for all the weapons as well. They're all going to be getting this Trials of the Nine white paint job added to them. And for those of you who get any shiny variants of these weapons, because yes, there are shiny variants, they're going to have this nice little galaxy effect added to them, which does look very, very cool. These shiny variants should, of course, also come with additional perk options, so you should be very easily able to get some god rolls that way as well. Alongside that, we should also be expecting to see the return of the Destiny 2 Year 1 Trials of the Nine armor sets. We saw a Hunter during the live stream wearing an entire set of this, so the Warlock and Titan sets should also be returning as well. I believe, though, that DMG did tweet out that the ornaments for going flawless will not be returning, but if they did bring those back, they would be tied to a PvP specific thing there. Now, final things to note about the Rite of the Nine event are 5 brand new emblems. They didn't show off what these are, but I'm guessing there'll be 1 for each of the dungeons, and then 2 maybe for different challenges within some of those dungeons. A brand new title, and then also a brand new weapon cosmetic they talked about. I'm guessing this will be some kind of memento. So yeah, a whole load of stuff for Rite of the Nine, and I'm assuming that this will tie in, kind of be similar to Into the Light, where it bridged the gap between Heresy Act 3 and the next expansion, similar to what Into the Light did, where it bridged the gap between Lightfall and Final Shape. The reason I believe this is because during a TWID a couple of weeks ago, when they talked about why the event released a little bit early, they talked about announcing a release date for the event soon, and didn't specifically say that it would go live immediately with Act 3 of Heresy. That's why I believe that Rite of the Nine will launch a little bit later within the act itself. But to bide your time waiting for the Rite of the Nine event, we of course have story stuff to handle first within this new act. We're of course getting the finale to the Heresy storyline, which I'm very, very excited about. If you haven't done any of the Act 1 or Act 2 story, I would very much recommend doing it. It's some of the best story that we've gotten in a while, all Hive themed. Oryx's new VA is an absolute legend. Sounds so good. It's sad about the other VA's voice lines being muted this episode, because they would have been so good to just hear them interacting. But either way, the story this time around for this episode is easily the best out of 3 episodes that we've gotten, and we're going to be getting the conclusion to that within Act 3 here. This will also be the very last bit of story content that we get within the Light and Darkness saga. This is the final content drop before the next expansion comes around, so this should tie things up, hopefully nicely in a bow, ready for that next expansion. Speaking of the next expansion, this should also be the time where we start seeing some teaser trailers, some Vidocs, maybe even a dev stream about what the next expansion actually is. I made a separate video, I believe last week, going over why I think they haven't talked about it yet, and that's mainly due to the fact I think they're waiting for Heresy Act 3 and Light and Darkness saga itself to actually officially end before they start talking about all the new stuff coming with Codename Apollo and Codename Frontiers. And then one other thing to note about the act itself is that we should of course also be seeing the final upgrades for the Barrow Diad, the exotic SMG that came quite early within this episode itself, but the final couple of catalysts should be coming out this week and then also next week, and then we should also be able to get the final intrinsic upgrade as well. So I believe the last 2 catalysts that we need are Target Lock and One for All, and then the final intrinsic will just give you some increased stats there on Barrow Diad. So some good stuff there all around. And then to end off today's video, I just want to do a quick roundup of some of the more important leaks that could be going live within Act 3 of Heresy. So if you don't want to know about that, close down the video now and I'll catch you guys in the next one. But for those of you who do want to know about these leaks, let's first talk about the pre-order bonus, or the supposed pre-order bonus for the next expansion, that being the returning exotic sniper rifle of No Land Beyond, now named New Land Beyond, and has 2 main intrinsic perks, that being the Master and Bullseye Bolster. The Master states that scoring precision hits increases this weapon's damage until the wielder's defeat, and Bullseye Bolster says that landing a precision hit substantially increases this weapon's target acquisition, handling, reload speed, and stability for a short duration of time. Now, this is obviously leaked, so take it with a grain of salt, but there is also an in-game render of the weapon, and I've seen some gameplay of it as well over on Twitter, so I'm pretty sure that this is actually going to happen. And then for the final leak here, we have a leak about the next collaboration happening within Destiny 2, that mainly being Sea of Thieves. So, Sea of Thieves is set to receive some Destiny-themed items, the first of which being a Drifter-themed outfit, which looks absolutely amazing and definitely fits the Sea of Thieves themes. Alongside that, with Drifter being a main character within this episode, makes a lot of sense there. This is called the Light Bearer Big Bundle, and alongside the Drifter costumes, you also get a whole load of different boat customization options as well. You can see a Titan-themed boat, Hunter-themed boat, a Ghost-themed boat, and also a Warlock-themed boat as well. We also get a look at some weapon skins in the form of a Lord of Wolves Blunderbuss skin, a Whisper the Worm Eye of Reach skin, and then also a Ace of Spades pistol skin and a Ergo Sum Cutlass skin. So all of this stuff looks really cool, and will probably be arriving in Sea of Thieves, I'm guessing, sometime soon. And then maybe we also get some Sea of Thieves items added to Destiny 2 at some point as well. Maybe some emblems. A pirate ship would be very cool. Maybe a pirate ship Sparrow as well, I think would also be awesome. Don't know how armor sets would work. Maybe just some generic pirate stuff, but I feel like it would mainly just be some vehicle customization there in terms of Destiny items or Sea of Thieves items being added to Destiny. Yeah, that's it for today's video, and that's everything that we know about Act 3 of Heresy going live next week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, as we're getting so close now to 2,000 subscribers. So if you could help out there, I would very much appreciate it. And with that all said, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you all in the next one.